Hi guys, thanks for coming on to today's video. This one's going to be a bit different compared to the last few weeks that we've had, which have been mainly workouts. Today I'm just going to do a bit of talking and show you a couple of little tiny routines and drills that you can do at home or in an outdoor area nearby, in a park, car park, anywhere you've got a bit of space. So this one is focused mainly on sports and conditioning training for football, or fitness for sport, fitness for football, whatever you want to call it. This is aimed at people who are involved in team sports, specifically football, but anyone can get involved with this. It can help your training, help break up your training. If you're getting a bit bored of what you're doing at the moment, give this a try. It just breaks things up and gives you something new to work with. Again, this workout, or these drills, will be better for outdoor spaces. So if you can get in a park, if you've got a big back garden or anything like that, you can do this workout there. So I'm just going to do a bit of talking to start off with, and then we'll finish off and I'll show you a couple of the drills that you can do. So yeah, sports and conditioning for football, or fitness for football. 4 key ingredients really: speed, strength, agility and power, or explosive power. These are kind of 4 fundamentals that you would need in order to have the attributes that you need physically to do well in football. And these are the areas that you want to improve on in training in order to progress, again, physically in the sport. So if we look at speed first, we're looking at how fast you can get from A to B, how quickly you can move in a certain direction, in different directions. So the type of training you might do for that to improve your speed would be kind of interval training, HIIT style sprint training. So incline runs are good. If you don't have a treadmill, obviously at the moment everything's shut. Hill sprints are good. Get to a local park or wherever there's a hill somewhere and do some sprints up there. Interval training is quite good as well, a HIIT kind of style. So for example, you could do a 30-second full out sprint followed by 30 seconds of a slow jog, and then go back into the 30-second sprint and then 30-second slow jog, and just continue that as you go along. But when we're talking about speed training, we're not just looking at again how fast you can get from A to B, whether you're quicker than your opponent. We're looking at the speed of foot movement. Football's all about changing in direction. A lot of sports, team sports, are about changing direction, stopping, starting. So that's something else that you need to bear in mind when you're doing these sorts of workouts to improve your game. And that kind of leads into your agility side of things as well. Again, your foot speed is going to help with your agility, but your balance as well. So things like plyometric movements, plyometric exercises, sorry, they're ideal really for improving your balance, your agility, and leading on to the next phase, your power, or your explosive power. So when I say plyometrics, all I mean in its basic form is basically jumping exercises. This could be jumping lunges, it could be box jumps, high knees, things like this. That works on your explosive power, helps with your agility as well, and your balance, and also helps with your strength as well. Now, these are sort of things that we would have to be doing at the moment because, again, everything is shut down. There's no gyms at the moment with lockdown, unfortunately, so we can't get on the heavy weights and lift those. But we can adapt it by doing these plyometric jumping type movements. Body weight exercises are good. Obviously, if you do have weights at your disposal, they can be quite good, again, just to make things a bit harder for yourself. So those are the kind of 4 simplified ingredients that you would need to develop or look to develop to improve your physical performance on a football pitch. This is not just for elite players, this is for any level that can be broken down to. Again, that is a simplified form of it. So what we're going to do just now is show 3 separate drills, just 3 drills that I've kind of created myself. That includes some, if not all, of those 4 key ingredients. So speed, strength, agility and power, more specifically explosive power. So the 3 drills that we've got set up, we're going to go through those. Again, you can do these in your own time, and in the park would be ideal, or somewhere you've got a lot of outdoor space. But let's go straight into drill 1. Okay, so this is drill number 1. As you can see, I've got some columns lined up on the floor. different coloured cones. Start with the blue cone, ending with the blue cone, with some red cones in the middle. Now you don't need to have cones to do this. I'm sure that not everyone has got cones kicking about the house. So if you're in the park or wherever you're doing this in the garden, you can use anything really, a couple of stones, leaves, anything you can find at your disposal, or just don't use anything, just use your imagination. It's a very simple movement, although having something there does help, and you can do it for the cones or anything at all. I should also say that before you go into any of these drills, because they are very explosive, I would really recommend doing a good warm-up, 10-15 minute warm-up at least, just to keep your body going, get your blood pumping, get your body temperature up a little bit. It's quite cold just now, and so you prevent any injuries that you can possibly get during this workout. So, in its simplest form, there are 3 aspects to this drill. The first aspect starts from the blue cone, where we'll be doing our high knees. We'll be doing that for a period of 20 seconds in this case. And then we're going to do quick shuttle runs to each cone, staying on the outside of each cone as we move along. We're always going to be facing in the same direction as well. So as we move from one cone to the other, we'll be facing this way, changing direction, obviously look where you're going, but also always having the body facing this way. When we get to the last cone, we won't finish there. We'll turn at the last cone, go around the outside, and sprint through to the last blue cone. So the 3 elements of this are your high knees at the start, your quick shuttle runs facing the same direction, followed by your sprint at the end. You would aim to do a few rounds of these, and what I would suggest is changing the direction that you're facing each time you're going. So if we start the first one with our high knees here, facing this way all the way along, go as quickly as we can around the cones. On the next round, let's change direction and face this way. So we do our high knees, we come to the side, and it's more of a side step that time. And then in the next one, facing the other direction. And you can do that each time you come back to the start of the round. I would suggest, just to get you started, go for 3 rounds of this. One facing this way, one facing this way, and one facing to your left. So it's easy enough, and I'll go for it just now so you've got an example of how it works. So we start up on the blue cone with our high knees facing in this direction. Off we go. Those knees nice and high. And then we sprint. Quick burst. Round the outside of the cones. Come on to the blue cone. Turn and sprint. Okay, so now we're going into drill number 2. As you can see, I've got the 4 red cones here laid out in a straight line with 2 blue cones at the end, just to signify the finish line, if you like. So what we're going to be doing in this drill, starting on the first red cone, facing straight ahead in line with the other cones, we're going to start our first movement, which will be our plyometric lunges, so our jumping lunges essentially. So this movement will be facing this way, but I'll do it this way just to show you just now. Will be a basic reverse lunge coming down, but we're going to jump in the air and switch legs each time. You do that for a period of time, in this case 20 seconds or so. Obviously you can increase that or decrease it depending on your level or how hard you find it. And then we'll move into the sprint to the first cone. And we're going to go around the first cone in a clockwise direction and continue to the second, doing the same. Obviously a lot faster than I'm doing it. You do that on each red cone and then sprint after the last red cone through the blue cones. Again, it's a simple movement. If you don't have cones available, use your imagination, or if you're in the park, grab some stones, anything you can get your hands on. Get some gloves down there, anything. So we'll go through the drill just now so you can see how it's done in real speed. Okay, lastly we'll go on to drill number 3. Here we've got 4 sections laid out here in front of us with 2 cones at each section. In this instance I'm going to be using the lines on the pitch to help with this one. The first set of cones will be on the D, the second set will be just on the edge of the penalty area, and the third set just on the edge of the goal area. You can also see the distance, hopefully, a blue cone at the end. That signifies where we'll turn. Each section will be doing a similar thing. We're going to be doing a quick step movement, and we're going to use the line to help us. Again, with all of this, you're not always going to have a full pitch available to do this kind of thing. So the line is just there to help, the cones are just there to help. You can just do this using your imagination or be creative, use something else around you. So the quick step that we're going to be doing, we'll be facing in this direction, and it'll be a quick movement across the line with 8 taps on either side, followed by 8 jumps up either side of the line, and then we go into the sprint to the next section, where we repeat, and then a sprint to the next section, which on this instance is a bit further away. Repeat the quick step, sprint to the blue cone, a quick turn, and then sprint all the way through to the end. So here's an example of how the drill would work. Okay, so there's 3 simple drills that you can do by yourself. Again, you're not always going to have a full pitch at your disposal, or if you do, you're very lucky. So again, try and find any open area you can. Lots of empty car parks at the moment. Obviously keep yourself safe. Parks are ideal as well. But any space you've got, if you've got a big enough back garden, use that. But the whole point of these drills, again as I mentioned back at the start, is to improve your physical attributes going into a game of football. But this isn't just for people who are involved in football or interested in football or wanting to progress their game or their fitness in the sport. It's for anybody. We all know what it's like at the moment during lockdown. It's tough to get motivated, especially when you're doing the same workouts over and over again. Obviously the workouts we've got on the Aberdeen Sports Village website are a great chance to try something new and give you a bit of motivation. But this is just something different that you can do, even if you're not even interested in football or anything like that. It's a different kind of workout that you can do in a HIIT kind of style exercise. Again though, the movements that we're doing are here to help with your agility, your balance, improve your explosive power, the foot movement, the speed of foot movement, the speed across the pitch. And these are all things that you need to have in the football match. Obviously, there are loads of different things that you can do to improve your strength and your power and your speed and your agility. This is just a simplified version of things that you can do in your own time. If you do want more information on any of the workouts that I've done, or this drill in particular, these drills in particular, or anything related to strength and conditioning or your fitness or anything at all, feel free to get in touch. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Just search for @ScottWoodsPT. That's @ScottWoodsPT. I'd really love to hear from you guys, see what feedback you've got, and love to hear how you're all getting on. In the meantime, keep safe, look after each other, look out for the videos coming soon in the next few days and weeks on the Aberdeen Sports Village website. Thanks very much.